Everybody, I wanted to start a video to let you know what I just be thinking. Um, some of you know and some of you don't. I injured my shoulder recently. I fell, slipped on my socks on a hardwood floor, and just like a cartoon, my little feet slipped up under me and I hit the ground. So I just turned 38 on the 4th. And 2 days later, fell. 38 hurts. And I tore a ligament in my shoulder. So when I woke up last week, I couldn't get dressed. Had to go to the urgent care. And after 4 hours waiting, nothing really they could do. Told me to ice it, told me to keep it still, and see my doctor the next day. My doctor said, yep, you heard it. My hand was swollen like a glove. But by then I got the swelling down with icing it, some ibuprofen. And she told me she's gonna put me in physical therapy. And then they'll do an MRI and kind of see where the tear is at that point. So when you have to go through all that, you kind of think, like, what can I do? Sitting around, and not gonna lie, I had a little pity party this weekend, and my husband had to work, and my daughter was at home, so I'm like trying to see, what can you do? How can you help me? And then you have to get to a point where you get up and you say, I'm gonna do what I can do, and whatever I can't do, I can't do. So as you can see, I can't do my hair. I can do a little bit, and then my husband put in a ponytail, and I went to work this morning. So I'm driving. I don't want to armband it with that. It is getting better, especially with the ice and the ibuprofen and just keeping it on regular schedule. But I know one thing that I was doing in quarantine was cooking. Haven't been excited about cooking in a long time. I think when you get in a routine of having to do it, it's not fun anymore. But during this quarantine, I kind of have rebuilt my love of cooking and having that excitement of people tasting your food, people loving it, giving compliments and enjoying it, just giving something off and taking them out of what's going on. 2020 has been a mess. I had a senior in high school graduate this year, which is hard to get excited about when she's like, I didn't have a prom. I can't see my friends. Graduation was up in the air for a while, so was a party. But we made it through. Got her off to college, a month into school. She'll be coming home this week after being in college in Houston for 2 months. She's going to come back for 2 months and then start her next semester again back down in Houston in mid-January. So we've pushed through a lot, and it's hard to get to that point where you're like, we made it. We made it through. It's been rough, but we made it. It's been a long 8 months since it really, really had gotten bad and everything shut down. But in that, we have to understand the blessings. Me and my husband was blessed to continue to work, which my husband was working from home. I had to go into the office only because it's necessary for me to go into the office. Can't really work from home in that climate, but he's able to be home with my little one while she was still in school, even in the fall, until she was able to go ahead and go into school. And then now we're on a routine of taking her to school, picking her up and whatnot. He's back into the office as well. But even in going to work, getting a promotion and working on a second promotion, to be honest, it's really ironic how this time makes you kind of feel bad about sharing wins like that, because you know that some people don't have jobs, some people are sick, Some people have a lot going on to where they're not happy. They're losing family members. They're feeling sick themselves, or they're just depressed because mental health is real. And people need to get the help that they need. Even if it's having an outlet of cooking, playing basketball, running, walking, exercising, doing something that takes you out of this pandemic. This election was crazy. The climate of injustice and whatnot, all of it was oh so much. It's always been a lot, but I think when you start piling on layers and layers, it's worse. And with that, I think it's time to just stop and think. And hopefully for everyone else, this pandemic allowed that time. It definitely allowed for me and my family to have a little bit more time together, allow for thought processes. And my husband always says my mind is always going on what's the next thing, only because I know that this isn't it. This isn't gonna last forever, but wanting to make sure that putting a foot forward, putting the efforts in, and putting 100% effort in whatever we do, going on to the next step. Daughter's gonna continue to go to school. Our 8-year-old is gonna continue growing. We're gonna continue to work, and we're gonna continue to build the legacy that we wanted for our kids. And no pandemic, no election, no racial injustice, none of that is going to take that away. So we have to continue to push forward. Will we continue to be vigilant about what's going on? Continue to be aware? And absolutely. We're going to continue to watch, continue to listen, put in the effort, do our parts, and see what else can we do that's bigger than just being our part. But I want to be successful, and not just for me, for those around me, for those that I see that are wanting to do bigger and better things to help our community. I want to make sure that I'm helping and doing my part. So some people will let you down on a lot of things. And I don't want to be that person to let my friends down. I know that a lot of my friends have built entrepreneurs opportunities, and they're moving into a different space right now. And if I had millions of dollars, I would definitely support everybody. But I don't have millions, but I know I can do a little here and a little there and still support everyone. So I know that me and my husband have decided that when we celebrate our anniversary next month, we're going to do a Black-owned business tour and celebrate us in a way that we haven't done before. You know, we usually go to a fancy restaurant and celebrate and spend $100, $150, and we're like, oh, we had a new experience. But how did that help anything? Why don't we use that 150, spread it across, or, you know, pick a couple businesses and spend a nice amount of money. But either way, making sure that we are giving back into our communities, because one day that's going to be one of our daughters that are being entrepreneurs. We never know what they're going to do, what they're going to be. We want to be supportive in all that we don't want to, while that they're going to do. So I just wanted to, again, make sure that everyone checks in on your friends, check on your strong friends, check on your weak friends, check on the friends that you haven't talked to in a while, check on those that you fell out with, you don't remember why, but you haven't talked to them in a while. Life's too short. It's too short to have beef about bull. So check in, speak to people, say hey, no matter the political preference, no matter if something happened back in high school. We're old. We let it go. Let it all go. So that's all I have for today. I'm gonna try to do a video a day, or just when I be thinking, so y'all know what's going on in my head. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch you later. This is Just Be Thinking.